Alrighty, Demon Slayers, it's Mari, Tech, and Ark. We are here to discuss Tokiko, and I guess we'll kind of touch base on what they added with the update. So we're gonna hop between their streams. They're gonna give their opinions on Tokiko. It's gonna be the meat and potatoes of the video because I'm sure people are interested. I didn't buy her, but I have friends who did. So yeah, we're gonna I guess spam Tokiko emotes and watch her bang bang pew pew at us. So yeah, we're on tax account right now. What did they do? I guess go to the event first, right? Yeah.
This is the edit.
So, I mean, I don't think it's that great, but Ark had positive things to say about it. I do like that I get the Sakura at the end.
The soccer, I think it's nice for free-to-play players. The rare gotcha coins, they can just. I don't care for those. Just gems would have been much more appreciated. I do appreciate they still give gems. And the stuff they give away here, I would say it's not bad. Like they give you enchantment stuff, gotcha coins.
Yeah, I do like,
was
what is it, day 4? I think had the enchantment stuff. Yeah, that
these
one.
this one's by far probably say the best
This is
one.
the type of event I'd like to see a bit more often, like at least this type of event I ran once a month, and I think it'd be nice because honestly, this type of event is a nice little boost.
It is, and like I like that it gives 5 AP pots a day for what is it, 7 days. So that's 35 pots. That's definitely something they should have been doing a long time ago.
Especially with how easy all of them are to do, I see just a nice free resources for everyone for the next week.
Honestly,
so I think it's perfectly fine this event.
Honestly, I wouldn't mind if they do this again for Thanksgiving or Christmas. Or
you know what it is? You say it's fine. It's fine, but I'm still miffed because so many gacha games out there give out like a rainbow voucher on anniversaries where it lets you pick one thing from the general pool, and I'm just really miffed that they didn't do that.
Yeah, but the thing is, like, this is just their Halloween celebration. This isn't part of the.
Yeah, I know it's not a part of the anniversary. The anniversary was still kind of meh.
While I think
that's what I'm trying to say.
While I think it's definitely mediocre for a Halloween event, but the only thing I've got to say about this is they didn't have to do anything for Halloween.
They didn't last year. It's more than last year. I'm not saying it's bad. Like it's decent. It's a decent little event. I just wish we got a rainbow ticket. That's all. It's literally all.
Yeah, but I agree. It wouldn't have killed them for like.
Yeah.
Once for the entire life of the entire game to give us a gacha dream ticket.
Just one, yeah. And it doesn't even have to be everything in the game. Like no limited stuff. Just the general pool.
Yeah,
like, just hey, you can pick something.
Or like a UR, like if the day set, like if, for example, if day 6 had, like, for example, let's just say, oh, it had a UR ticket for a support and the other one a weapon. That would have been like.
Yeah, even that would have been fine. Honestly.
Yeah, that would have been fine.
Well, I can't remember what game I used to play, but they used to give out. They were just called dream tickets, and it was literally just a thing that you could choose anything.
Wasn't it Duel Links?
Yeah, that's it. Thank you.
Yeah, I think Duel Links gives those out.
And they gave dream tickets and they gave about 3 of them on their anniversaries. And it was not only that, but in Duel Links, you had a 0.01% chance to get a prismatic version of the card. And the UR dream ticket was a guaranteed prismatic version of any card you want in the game, and literally anything. From any box, anywhere.
Yeah.
And it was like, oh, sweet, thank you.
Yeah, I'm not even asking for 3. Like, just 1 a year would be cool.
Yeah. Yeah. Even if they did make it something like a really like a prismatic shine on it to show, hey, you got this from your ticket, something like that, we wouldn't mind. Just it costs them nothing and it bolsters support for the game. That's the thing. So I agree with that. But in the terms of how the company is normally, I think this event is actually a nice change. It's a lot more generous than they normally are.
Yeah, it's alright. Like the free soccer is nice because especially for people who weren't able to get her from Arena are able to buy her. Because a lot of people are saving their Arena coins for Tokiko or whatever they're interested in. So, like I said, I'm not complaining about it. I'm just a rainbow voucher, please.
Yeah. Even for Christmas or something like that, it's like. Guys, come on.
And these are gacha coins can go die in a fire.
Yeah,
they are terrible. I think the worst thing about our gacha coins is I don't think they can even be used on the actual normal banner. They've got to be used on the our gacha banner, which is really bullshit.
I really hate this. Like, they
are terrible.
I did a tin pool there just to test the waters on I think it was Green Day last weekend, and I got all bullcrap, and I 100% don't ever want to pull on it again.
Yeah, I would have preferred 20 gems rather than that gacha coin.
Yeah, and the fact that this costs like probably like it costs almost exactly like a limited banner is just not really that good. Like this should at least be 300 or like 250 at least to
Can you
pull.
at least pull Murasaki's banner and such with them?
Me?
Yeah, you could. It's
Okay, so you can at least save them for those banners, but it's just
Wait, you can't.
get
You,
so
you
few.
can't use the rare gacha or the gacha coin, the R ticket, the R coins there.
Can you?
No, you
Just click on
can't. Go to her.
Click on Murasaki's banner. I don't think you can.
Go to Murasaki. You
Wait,
can't.
no,
It's
Marasaki
only
can't.
only
Wow,
for
no,
rotation.
they're utterly worthless then.
Yeah.
They are
Yeah,
utterly
they're
worthless.
Yeah, they're
They're only-
worthless because
They're just rotation gacha. They are
You're
literally
literally
worthless. That
fishing
is
with
so
one
bad.
coin at a time because you know they're not going to be something that's given out. Like gacha coins
Nope,
have become
they-
more common. In the R
Yeah.
gacha coins, you can even look at them and tell. Like the R gacha coin has an ultra rare border.
Yep.
And the
They
regular
are
ones have a super rare border.
literally, yeah, they are literally a spit in the face. Honestly, I think
Yeah.
they're actually the dev team is sorting us if you can't even use them on a limited gacha.
which I honestly everyone would have preferred that. Even I was hoping for it, but it
Like,
was like
yeah,
no.
because if you could at least use one limited gacha banner, you could at least save up and get and say to yourself, okay, next time Murasaki is coming around, I'm going to save up every gacha. I'm going to save up every banner, rare gacha coin and spend it on that. You can't do that. You literally, I hate to say this to people, there is no point whatsoever saving on those rare gacha coins. Just spend them as you get them, essentially, if they're only used on that banner.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because if Mari even tested it out, then
Dude, yeah,
it's
the
probably
rates
same.
feel bad there. Like I honestly, they feel like terrible. I've
There
never
is
gotten
terrible
anything
how
from there.
saturated everything is.
Yeah, but those pools are like cut down immensely, but they still feel terrible.
Yeah,
I don't know.
it's
Like
because-
honestly, the only way to really tell is I'd have to whale and just invest in it and like do like 100 pulls, but I don't want to.
Yeah,
No, because
because the thing-
you'll
the-
just feel bad
The
Yeah,
about
fact
it
of the
would
matter is,
feel
even,
bad. And it's
even
only
with
there
that
to help
rate-
you with enchanting.
even with that rate up, the rates are still absolutely awful.
But anyway,
But, yeah.
we're getting off. We need to talk about Tokiko. So
There
that
is
event
one
was
more thing as
added.
well, by the way.
In
There's one more thing. They have added an extra reward to the campaign, which I believe everyone can now claim.
Oh yeah, the
the
gem, the awakening gem.
This pissed me off too. Like this right here, that 280
only
million was the prime chance to give like the rainbow voucher. The
Well, the
dream
thing is,
ticket.
that the worst part is they teased that in their thing last week when they were showing Yukikaze asking for one more favor. So they teased that. They actually teased one awakening crystal. They could have I would understand if that was 5 awakening crystals, something substantial, but it's 1.
It's literally one. It's literally like
This is like literally looking to get cucked, basically.
it's just one. Yeah, it's like if you didn't have 11 already, then it does nothing for you. It's just gonna. It's basically the equivalent of finishing an event. You got one awakening crystal. Congrats.
Yeah. It's real. That's again. It's kind of like a slap in the face, especially when everyone on the Discord was so hyped about what could it be, what could it be. Maybe they're giving us a character. Maybe they're giving us another character. Maybe they're giving us another skin. No, they're giving us one awakening crystal.
Yeah, that's what makes it corny. Because like you literally follow the Chad skin voucher with an awakening crystal. Like the rewards just like dropped. Like in quality,
Yeah,
like
like
it's like every reward there is better than that awakening crystal. I don't know. Like I get that awakening crystals like they're very limited, but I don't consider it more than like another skin voucher. Another skin voucher would have been better than that.
Or they could have done something. They could have gave like one of these each.
Yeah.
Like, they could have given. Yeah, as you said, they could have even give a voucher that you could redeem for one of those crystals, and that would have been so much better than that shitty crystal.
Hell, I got
Yeah,
one even better. You see that big gap in the bar? They could have put it
Oh,
230
God.
million, one of the demonites, and then they could have put it like 280 million, the nano machine. Like they could have just given both because it's literally a 100 million jump. So they could have just did like 50 million milestones, where you get one of the
there's
UR
so much
upgrade
more they
maps.
could have done, and it would have at least justified the hype that they put around it because they told us about that. I think it was actually like Wednesday on the for the week, so it was literally a case of they kind of built hype for that over the week. And as we all said, we all sat there on the Discord watching people constantly sit there and go, "What do they mean? What does it mean?" And again, when they kept teasing, even on like the Tokiko video, they had up their menu with the events and all that stuff there, and everyone's like, "Oh, it must be retaining to the stuff that that Yuki banner was up there telling about there's one more mission." No, it wasn't. It
was kind of like a misleading teaser.
Yeah, it was really misleading. Now, I don't know if they obviously intended that, but the fact of the matter is, 1 gem, guys, come on. If it was at least 5, then I'd at least say, okay, and it'll still be a bit miffed, but it's 1 awakening gem, guys. That's all it is.
One doesn't really do anything, really.
I don't think I've heard anyone sing their praises over that awakening gem.
No,
I've heard nothing but people be let down. And let's be honest, that was the first thing that when we logged in, we all went to the campaign to see what the final reward was, to find out it was an awakening gem.
Yeah, I was like, really? Like this is like the most like. At least give like 5. Like doesn't really matter. Or hell, give us like fucking friend coins with them. Like give us like 5 friend coins and the awakening gems. Like,
Even if it was just 5 friend coins, that'd have been more useful than what they gave us.
yeah, it's just like it's classic Grimory liking to like basically give up hope basically to their player base.
Yep, I'm gonna stop this subject here. That's classic Grimory. That's all we should have said to begin with.
Speaking of giving up hope, Tokiko.
Yeah, Tokiko's here. You can buy her if you want. I didn't buy her, but they did. Usual prices, same crap in the package. Teacher outfit, crappy UR weapon no one cares about. Tokiko, who we all care about, and some gems. What else did they add before we get into? Because I just Core and I got a buff, I guess.
Yeah,
what did they
Core
buff,
and
Tech? I don't want to go read the form.
No, I'll just tell you right now. They buffed a storm zone, basically her all blue skill. Basically, what ended up happening is if you, because you two don't have her, so I'll just explain. Basically, what she does is that when she does this, when you have all blue, she summons little tornadoes. But the problem with the little tornadoes is that they always like just go like, oh, one goes forward, one goes like basically there's one tornado on each side of her, like one to the left, right, forward and back. And what they did is they fixed it so like, oh, the tornadoes now go towards, they tracks the enemy now. So like now the tornadoes track them now instead of like they just go fuck off basically, like that's how.
Oh.
And then it's nice, which of course there's obviously heavy that helps her, and then her all green skill got buffed too. Which
also,
what did they exactly do to it? They just increased damage? Or?
What was it? I was testing Storm Surge earlier, and then I didn't test this one out. If I remember correctly, they did something. I don't even know what they did.
It doesn't matter. Like, we could talk about it. We're here to talk about it. I don't really care about it.
I will say, as a footnote
her crap's coming next week if you want it, because people didn't see their video. Like, I'm not going to go out of my way and make a video for it, like, because I have to work and I'm sick. But yeah, she's getting her limited crap next week, and honestly, I'll just talk about it then when it comes out in conjunction with her buffs.
I'll have it.
Tack's gonna get it, so we'll have a showcase and we'll like research it more. Like I'm not really interested in Core and I right now, but she's kind of taking the spotlight because she's the next limited girl. What else did they add besides Tokiko?
Other than that, not much. But they have cleaned up the character UI when you go to select your character and clarified what crystals people use and such like that. When you go.
That's another thing. Like, does the game look more vibrant to you guys? Like more colorful? Like they added shading or lighting or something? The whole thing
cleaned up the UI a bit.
Like even the character models, they don't look better, but they look a little bit more. I don't know. I can't put a word to it. Like crisp.
Some of them
not
do,
much.
Some of them, no.
Sakura still looks like a deranged idiot, but like this disappointment.
It looks like they have better like overall lighting, maybe. But
I think though that's what I was saying. I think the lighting's better and the colors look a little bit more vibrant. It's faint, but at least to me it was very noticeable.
But I think the main thing that it might also be the fact that they cleaned up the UI, so it makes the whole page look better, and it might just be more pleasing to the eyes. But they have cleaned up the character UIs a bit, which is nice.
And I wasn't expecting them to add this. They said this was gonna come later, but I guess they just like.
Yeah, I guess they meant like literally the next update. And then the other thing is Tokiko's Desire skin is in the shop for 1,000 gems and 50 Desire.
I will also say,
and her gotcha's up, obviously.
Yes, they do not say this in their video when they were talking about Tokiko, but if you watch the Tokiko preview video, the weapon they preview in that video has been incredibly nerfed since the show of that video. Whereas before, it gave at a max 10%, it now gives at a max 6%, and it stacks 4 times on their video, 5 times on their video. It now only stacks 4 times.
So I went from a total of 50% at S level 5 to
24% at S level 5. It has been heavily nerf. So take that in mind if you are going to pull for that weapon, and I genuinely think that honestly just the rebellious weapon is just way better at this point. However, I'm saying that weapon isn't bad because the active effect of the Narazukin, whatever it's called, is fantastic.
Narakuzan?
Yeah. So that
really?
the active it deals an absolute metric hex on damage, but honestly, with the sheer amount of nerfs they gave that for some reason from their test servers onto this server, I don't see much of a reason to use that over the rebellious weapon. So if you get the rebellious, congratulations, you got her lucky weapon.
Just a question for you: how big is the hitbox for that active
It's
weapon?
pretty.
Just
It's like
it's okay. It's not
decent.
it's not
yeah.
amazing.
I watched them using it. It's decent. We'll see it.
It also has a bit of a warp to the nearest target as well, so it has a little bit of a gap close on it. It's not terrible. It's good. It's a great nuke, and if you pair it with like Ingrid, it can hit very, very, very hard. So I definitely think it's better. It's a good alternate to her ult. I will say that. Having said, the problem is the weapon itself just doesn't real. I don't feel it pumps out the damage with the nerfs they did to it.
So I'm guessing they're like, in order for them to fix her with her damage with her weapon for a unique weapon, whatever her limited stuff comes out, that's going to be her best in slot.
Well,
that's kind of
that weapon just needs reverting back to what it was on the thing, because that weapon we all looked and went, wow, that's a really good weapon. And
Yeah,
now when we look at it, it's like, wow, that weapon's kind of shit. It's just a worse version of a rebellious weapon.
yeah, because me and
I
Mario
don't know why
agreed
they
that
did that.
yeah, because me and Mario agreed the passive was good, but the active was like whatever. It's like whatever. But
The active is a lot for 5 timer particles, but when you compare that with something like Ingrid, where you get timer particles for days, it's not that bad.
yeah,
The issue is though, you have to pair it with Ingrid. You give up a DP. Like you give up all your DPS, like from running something like say Homura or Lydia,
yeah.
to buff
Yeah.
just your weapon. That's
Well, the thing is as well,
the thing
like
with Ingrid.
well, the thing is as well, you can run like her debuff style. With red debuff style, with obviously Ingrid as say your main, for example, stuff like that. The problem is, though, by doing that, it would effectively be better to again use the rebellious weapon, because the rebellious weapon, it works the exact same way. It doesn't apply a buff to you, which is what you would think what you think it would be with the wording. No, it applies a debuff to enemies as always.
Yeah, then the rebellious weapons are just really good with like not Hebi.
Yeah.
What's her name?
Hibiki and stuff like that. Yeah.
And
Which again,
Suzune.
that weapon is as well. But the problem is as well, it's just you're going to get more out of it using the rebellious weapon than that. So that weapon, realistically, I don't really think it has a place anymore. As soon as I saw the nerf, I was like, oh, the weapon just really doesn't have a place. But the gods have granted me that weapon, and that's the only thing I can use on her. So hey.
And with that, we'll get into her. I think that's everything they added, or it's everything I care to talk about. I'm gonna just like leave a timestamp, I guess, on the damn video so people can see if they don't care about the update when we start talking about Tokiko. All right, let's get this done because I want to eat dinner. We have shrimp and French fries, and I'm hungry. So, Tak, share your Tokiko, and then we're gonna go to Ark's Tokiko. You all can give your opinions during and after, and I'm gonna be here saying what I think, but you know, for the most part, I don't have her, so you guys are kind of taking the helm on this. So yeah, go ahead.
Okay, I guess I'll start since it's obviously. So the build that I have for her is obviously her limited supporter, and then obviously with the other two, these like probably the only good blue supporters in the game. I run her a mix of 1 green and 1 blue. Because the thing is, I'll give you a big red flag for anyone that wants Tokiko for range. No, dude. If you want a range character, you're better off getting someone else. Because I'm just gonna say this right now. If you're gonna get Tokiko, I would probably go for her melee style. If you want her range, no. I'll say it's an easy pass for you guys. She is cute, but like her range is like
so cute.
It's just that I don't know why they did, but her range is like her range damage feels like it got cut in half, which is like why?
I think the main problem with the range damage is that it's single target based. Now don't get me wrong, it's decent for bringing down bosses, but I kind of agree with Tak. It has no it's just because it's single target, it feels so bad.
And yeah, and then
does her melee hits cleave like if there's a bunch of stuff next to her?
Yes, it will, but they've got a very small arc to them. They have a small arc to them, but yes, they do cleave.
Yeah. If you think of it, it's like what you said like last week, Mario, when I did a video with you with the T-Rex syndrome. It's almost like that. I would say.
She does have it. Oh, I figured.
I don't feel that she has T-Rex syndrome that much. I feel like the main problem with her is animation lock.
That's what I'm probably gonna get to discuss about her. So the skills that I use for her is her all blue skill, which I told Mari this specifically that her all blue skill is by far, which surprised the hell out of me, is her skill that I think people should watch for, because when the time comes when we get injected with a lot of good blue supporters with critical damage, this is actually gonna really help her out, I would say.
Yeah, I hate that her critical damage is tied to her blue skill.
Yeah. And then I would say the next one, where the hell is it? Fuck me. Her extreme dodge. the lower defense is like really helps her a lot, and of course it increases the one that, since it's all blue, like 2 blue, it increases damage the kunai by 50%, which it does quite a bit because they're already debuffed, so it's like, okay, that does more damage. And then I have the jab move, which this is the one, if you like, she basically lunges and basically positions herself back, and it does really good damage. I was surprised that her old blue skill and her red skill do good damage, but that's about it what I can say. And for Mari that's probably wondering why I don't use this, no,
That skill,
Oh god, yeah.
this
No, Ark showed me this.
Yeah,
The kung fu move of like literally
Yeah,
she's kung fuing for the entire cooldown.
and then it's just like when Ark said when you showed me the message just saying, oh, she's at like animation lock city, I was like, oh, he probably means this shit right here. Like this is so dumb, and she could get interrupted too. Even like the little worms from like the dailies I did just interrupted her. I'm like, well, that's just that. Well, you're just useless. You're just a wasted slot.
Not to mention, if you do that in a bonus stage, everything will probably dogpile you, and then
Yep.
she'll actually get
Yep.
Taimanin for real.
Oh, dude, yeah, that's just, I don't even want
Yeah,
to.
that I think is probably the worst skill in the entire game, because the worst
Yeah.
thing about that skill is it only does her melee string as well. So it's only just like an enhanced version of her melee string for like the entire duration. And if you have the full green build, you literally CC yourself for 10 seconds with that ability.
Yeah, it's not worth it in my opinion.
I
It's
see
gonna
you're
be-
still working up her skills. You still have bonus, right? I'd like when you get her, if you can finish her before the event
The
leaves.
stage gone. Yeah.
Yeah, if you could bring her and test her on bonus. But for now, I'm sure like you can play her on the event hard, and we'll
Yeah,
see how
I
she
could,
looks.
I could. Yeah.
Because I
Obviously,
wouldn't bring a
people wondering-
66k CP in the bonus. That'd be scary.
No, hell
Yeah,
no.
no,
I would say no. No, and we'll just show her skins. Ark will show the colors of the witch outfit since he owns it. I'm just waiting for Desire. For people that want, here's. Oh my god, I didn't even notice this.
That looks hot, Jesus. That looks hot,
it's not-
Jesus. That looks hot, Jesus. They're all hot.
This is my personal favorite. I just love.
No, don't
this.
be like
The way-
Taimanin. Don't be like the Taimanin TV. You bring it around. You show that booty. Bring it around. Yeah, butt cheeks.
Hold on. Oh,
Mari
let me
the
do it.
pervert.
There you go.
Yeah, go back to the default skin. There's ass to be seen here. Yes, there we go. Hide
No,
that booty from us. How dare me?
And then obviously. Oh wow, that's actually really nice.
They know
I
what they're
didn't even
peddling
look at
here.
them.
They're peddling slutty waifus. They need to show us the goods.
As I said, I think I said it to you earlier, where Tokiko knows what she's packing because she
Yeah.
constantly just shows her ass.
They know what they're selling. Like if you're gonna do a skin showcase on your official channel, just show the ass. Like you're already showing like selling the most shameless freaking hentais.
That skin there
gotcha.
in red. I don't know why, but that skin really reminds me of like a skin of like an outfit from Sengen Kagura.
It does look real Simran Kagura.
It does.
Yeah.
Kind of feel like. It's
Honestly,
good.
if you go to the
it's
green
not my
one,
type of thing.
Like the that one, like the green on it is like it's not the same green as Yomi's outfit from Simran Kagura, but she has like a little tracksuit, and like the hoodie just kind of reminds me of it a little bit.
Kind of reminds me of Asuka's fucking outfit in this game.
It's a good looking skin, and then the next thing is just boring towel skin. But for everyone who doesn't know about Tokiko, that bow is a part of her head. It's actual flesh, and whenever she has an orgasm, the bow quivers. Fun tip.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, it's cute. It's adorable. It's hers. She grew that.
Okay, what the hell, Mari?
The only real complaint about the skins is, Grumry, can we please have an option to have her hair down in all the default skins, please?
Yeah, can we have Kirara's hair down so I could see her horns and not be disappointed?
Well, the
Also-
worst thing is, I think like the actual the screenshot stuff, like when the game has like tutorial Tokiko there, it looks like she has her hair down, if I remember rightly. So it's like, oh, she has her hair down. And it's like in all the outfits she doesn't.
Even
It's
on
a minor
the
gripe, but
office
it would be
one?
nice.
Go to the teacher
Yeah.
outfit?
No, the teacher, you can put her
Yeah.
hair. You can put her hair up and down on the teacher one, and that's just what I want for every outfit. That option would just be really.
Yeah,
nice.
I would have liked that for Kirara. Like, just show us, just let us see her horns. Like, who cares? Like, I get it's a
Yeah.
whole canon thing. Like, oh, she's embarrassed of them. But, like, no. You at least give her one skin where she shows them.
Yeah,
And
like, one
don't
skin-
tie
at
it to
least
her
one skin
freaking
for Kirara.
default outfit.
Also, can we please have a new batch of boy shirt skins, please?
Oh, the
No,
slice of life.
because I could
one
picture
she's talking
Kirara's. It'll be her. It'll be her in my T-shirt with her default outfit under it. It's like fucking Kirara's default is all they're trying to sell me. Like, I'm so let down by that character. Like, I hate all of her skins. I just
They're
wish.
just basic defaults.
You're let
Yeah,
down until she hits for 800,000, and then and you go, ooh, Kirara.
I do go Ukirara whenever I play her, but that's my doing, not theirs. She sucks. I made her good. All right, go do the event hard.
All right.
Yeah, I heard the sigh because you don't want to deal with
No,
the ghost.
no, because I basically don't have to want to use it. I don't have anything else to get the tickets. I just need to move towards here, and that's it. Speaking of which, I might as well just do that now.
It's fine.
There, I'm
like
done.
you gotta show them because if you show them dailies, people go do the last one. Go do the last one.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because if you show them dailies, people will be like, "That's not a good showcase. You do dailies. You need to show me event. Bonus stage, please." That's what it'll be like.
Yeah, no, I
Yeah,
get it. I
that's
get it.
true.
Like when I showcased Astaroth when she came out on the event hard, people bitched, and I'm like, bro, like there's no bonus stage. What do you want me to do? One guy said time attack, and I just almost blocked that guy. Well, that hits really hard. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, that ability is quite good, but the problem is the backstep just takes too long to do, and you're very, very vulnerable during that backstep.
That hits pretty hard though. That bomb.
That's why I said that the blue one is just right there. That's just.
Also, like, I haven't said anything about this event on video because I don't really want to make a video about it because it's going to be overall complaining. But this event is just insufferable. They just literally throw you in a freaking tiny room with things that want to just shoot only. It's like, I don't know why they decided to make the freaking Halloween event a freaking whole shoot 'em up. And then cuck all the ranged characters so you can't shoot back for the bonus stage. But I mean, thanks, I guess? Like, I was literally so happy to see Spooky Sheet Ghost. And then they all shot me, and I was like, I knew immediately what was up. I was like, oh, this is going to be shit.
Yep.
Bonus
Like,
stage 3 is a nightmare.
we sat there, and I genuinely thought when I first found them, oh, cutest new enemy. Cool. And then I was like, yeah, no. These enemies are the most horrible archetype enemy in the game.
Also, can we talk about how her ulti is fucking lazy, feels unfinished as hell too?
Yeah, I want to talk about that because I was about to
great.
say, I've heard people say it seems unfinished. Ark says it seems okay.
I like
Really?
it.
I'd love to know what
I will
people
agree
think.
that possibly if possibly a bigger explosion effect would have been nice, and maybe if it faded out to white, it would have been nice rather. But honestly, I quite like it. I think it's it's quite nice.
Yeah, look at her.
The only
She's
problem is-
literally
the only
getting
problem
pelted
is-
to death by ghosts. Like, she's
the only
killing them,
problem
but
is
look at her
that-
HP.
I do agree that, but I think she really shows off the whole black room that everyone is in an ultimate quite badly, and they really should try and rectify that. But that's just a overall. Everybody has that problem when you look at the backgrounds. Everyone's ultimates, like that black room there. Yeah, everyone has that problem though.
Yeah, but it's really blatant on hers because it's like, it's
Yeah,
so
because
empty.
the camera outright focuses onto
Yeah.
it. She does the whole anime don't look at explosion thing.
Yeah, the fade to white I think would have been like better. But it's green, whatever. Her R is green, so she kind of trucked that. Like, I defs like how this looks. Like, I thought it was weird when I saw green by 2 blue, but hey, man, that skill does damage.
And plus, if you want to, I think you can add what is that? The increased damage to the green one with the critical damage, which is that one? Fuck, it's the starter one. What the fuck is it called?
Wait, you mean Kaoru?
Yeah, Kaoru. If you don't have, obviously not many people are gonna have her. You could replace her within this slot.
Yeah, you can
actually
replace
do-
the Tokiko with that. You could
Yeah,
run
it's-
all blue and get the 250%, but I can't think of any good blue supporters that would.
The problem is the problem is though, it's just that there's no other good general pull supporters that they can actually just throw. Like, you could just throw it in. You could throw the Unigumu for this stage because she does increase damage to demons. If you have her, that's the only kind. If you have her, I don't have her. Otherwise, I would have thrown her in here for this particular stage.
Now,
Or, like, if her-
here's the question I'm gonna ask. Because, like, yeah, I can tell she's melee, but is that skill ranged or melee? Because she's like bombing the area. Do you know what it is?
It's melee.
I'd imagine it's melee. Yeah.
It's melee because she gets
It's
really close on personal.
Yeah. It's
Like-
normally like all those attacks where then like all of them, unless they state otherwise, are normally melee.
Yeah, see how like it's almost like all around her and such.
Yeah. It just looks like it's so ambiguous. Because it could be like, oh, that actually counts as ranged.
Also, I've always found it really weird that those kunai that she fires out with her Adept Evade, they hit so low, and I don't know why. Like her autos hit way higher, way harder than that. They hit so weak.
I agree with you, Ark, but I want to point out like what just happened here. Like he literally got fucking hit and then dodge knockback, getting hit again by this insufferable event. Like,
yep.
The only character in my character box that I can clear bonus stage 3 with is a spoiled ass smelly Kirara.
So,
and like everyone else just struggles, and it pisses me off because I could use a bunch of characters for bonus before.
I think the worst part about it is with Tokiko. She has a shit ton of super armor in her kit. The problem is, one, they're all accessible with blue, and two, they only last for 4 seconds. So it really is the extent of like, well, you can't really do much with that 4 seconds of super armor. It's not like it's Sue where you can pretty much live on super armor if you get your Adept Evades up. Your super armor is so limited with clairvoyance, it really doesn't help.
God, the scream from those ghosts.
And I've got a half a kind of game muted, so I've never actually heard the screams.
It's like, yeah.
What the hell? They slow?
Yeah, that goes. Oh my god!
I will say this about this event as well, because it's not really, we're not going to really be talking about the event. We can talk about that in another video. I do feel sorry for any new player coming into the game on this event.
Oh yeah, this event is dog.
This event, yeah, please do not take. If you can't clear this event as a new player, don't worry. This event is really hard.
Yeah, because if you can see here, it's just that I completed the first one like nothing, but like the second one, it was like, yeah, you could like this is like when you get in a really bad position like that with her, she kind of gets like tossed around like almost like it's like almost.
No, I agree. Don't do another. Don't do another. Do you have any other builds you want to show?
I could show you the whole range, but how am I gonna say this? It's not
good.
It's not.
Because I like this build, and I like that you're using a Tokiko main support, but I just feel like the build would come together if there was a better blue support in the game. Like,
I'd agree with that. We need better blue supports overall.
Because like you could throw Murasaki on, but Murasaki's not necessarily going to give you any damage. She's going to make you tankier.
Problem. Yeah.
Yep.
And then
it's just tanky and sustain. That's it. There's no damage. That's the only reason why I don't put her in there. Because like, where's the damage? That's what I want.
The reason why I was asking if that Shuriken skill was ranged is because you could give her something like, crap. Why did I draw? Kaiba. That's it. Kaito.
Kaiba.
No, because she snares and like ups range damage and crit rate. Like
yeah, she does. But the problem is the all blue skill is like, to me it feels like you have to do a melee. That's the thing about her.
Yeah, let's look at the skill before you like when you go to change the skills around, because I want to see if it actually says in the skill melee or. It's so ambiguous. Like I know you guys say it's melee, but at the same time,
jumps on the spot, performs an area attack by throwing kunai in all directions. That's the description.
Yeah, area doesn't really tell me whether it's ranged or melee.
That's the problem.
It's ambiguous though, right?
I genuinely think that skills next at the beginning of their text bar, but just before, you know where it says immediately before, there needs to be a little picture of an arrow or a sword.
Yeah, that would actually help a lot. Because like skills like that, like usually I can tell if something's melee or ranged. But it's like for example, Kirara is a good example. Like her ult is ranged, but she's melee. It makes no sense.
I think the biggest problem with it is the fact that Asuka, the fact that everyone thought that when obviously you switch her to ranged, everyone thought at first, oh, it must turn her entire kit to ranged. No. Every single one of her skills is basically still a melee. That's the problem.
Melee. Yeah.
Like there, okay, it states ranged attack. There, it states ranged attack. But I said the problem is, it's just that.
It doesn't say here.
We need on all the things we need just an outright little picture of a sword or a little picture of an arrow or something like that to tell us that this ability is ranged, this ability is melee.
Yeah,
that would help a lot. Like because skills like this is so ambiguous.
Yeah, with so many supports that specifically state ranged or melee, we need to know if something is ranged or melee before we invest.
You know what else we need, and no one's brought it up in like almost 7 months. We still need that damn character sheet, like that damn stat sheet that tells us what our crit rate is, what our damage, all of our percentages, not just like our base stat.
People can kind of like estimate what it is, but I still agree that yes, we do need a solid 3,000 crit rate, and then like a little like equals and then a
yeah.
percentage.
Or like,
Or even
oh, you
just a
have
sheet-
10,000
even just a
defense, and then they
shot,
put a
like-
percent of how much it actually
Yeah,
does
or
reduce.
even just a sheet where we can click like a little question mark on the stat sheet and it shows us breakpoints for critical hit rates.
We also need to see our total like cooldown rate. Like we just need to see all of our parameters.
Yes. Yeah. We need to see a total stat sheet, not just numbers.
Because that's
Because
how
it would
games
not
get hardcore. Because people can start working and like min maxing and seeing what they're
Yeah.
actually doing. Like yeah, like I know if I stack like say Cowgirl and Kittymon that I have a crit monster, but I don't know what the crit rate is. I just know it crits every hit.
Yep.
No, I don't know what the actual crit rate in game is. I don't know if it's like a 92 or 93 and it's just critting a lot because it's that high, or if it's a flat out 100. Like I don't know what my total crit damage is. I don't know what my cooldown reduction is. I don't know what my total damage reduction by percentage is. Like telling me I have like 13,000 defense doesn't tell me anything.
Yeah.
I just have
I agree.
defense.
Speaking of which, what do you think of the damage?
It's abysmally low compared to what you were
Yeah,
just doing.
it's like oh, like she's gonna be ranged, but we're gonna cut the damage in half. Like why?
It
Like, what's
seems
the
a lot
point?
safer though. Like you seem to have a lot more mobility.
Yeah, you're not.
Yeah,
locked
you
into
the one thing I would say about the range is that your basic string does have a lot less animation locking. Now the problem with that is obviously though, like you also have like no AoE, and you kind of need the distance because unlike most of the characters, her range string, thankfully, changes the entire animation of it, and you stand still while throwing kunais, which is nice. The problem is when situations like this now happen, where there's nowhere to hide,
Yeah.
and if Tak didn't have ult there, he would be in CC City.
Yeah, I would be fucking.
EC City.
I would.
Crowd controlled population, you in this stun.
Even there, look, they survived. They still got to actually start going away at him.
I
the
swear
problem
that
is, again,
Sakura
like-
is so tanky too. Like literally like was hitting so much softer.
Well, the problem is, as I said, the problem is as well. Like, look how little damage like the kunais are doing. It's really low damage. While it possibly could be safe, the damage is really hard hit.
Yeah, that's the thing. That's the one thing I was like. If people want her for range, you're better off just buying someone else than getting her for range.
Well, as I
Honestly,
said,
like how things are going now, I'm sorry to cut you off, Ark, and if you're gonna say the same thing, I'm even double sorry. But range just seems to be they just seem to be racist against range. Now,
Yeah,
like,
I was
honestly.
gonna somewhat say that to an extent because as I've said to you before, I think the entire reason why why ranged is being really scrutinized against is because Yuki Kaze they don't want to admit Yuki is too overpowered and nerf Yuki, so as such the entire batch of all ranged characters have to suffer.
Yeah,
Because
like,
Yuki is insane. Let's be honest. Yuki
it
is,
sucks
as
I
said,
can't play my Astaroth because I have a geared enchanted Astaroth, and I'm like, oh cool, I can't play this because she keeps getting nerfed every damn event. And I tried her on this event, she got waxed.
Yeah.
Like honestly, like they need to just nerf Yuki Kaze and stop with the nerfing ranged in every bonus stage build because
That's
even
if it's
here's the
Yuki.
fact
Like I
about
don't know what if it's
I
it's
think
her.
it is because it's either Yuki or Emily, and I genuinely think it's Yuki because even in bonus stages, Emily can't do it because they have too much health. She doesn't kill them before they get to her and kill her.
Yeah, but I think
Yuki
things
still
have
has
changed
all
for
her- all
Emily
her
since she
sheer
has
ability
super
and stuff like
friends
that.
now. Since she has like her fucking blue,
I
red, green.
don't know. I'll be interested to see how you do the bonus stage with Emily.
Yeah, I need to S5 her and enchant her. Yeah.
But
That's gonna
I'll
take a few
we'll have
months.
to see that like later. But genuinely, it's one of those things where it's either Emily or Yuki, and I think it's genuinely Yuki because she's got mobility, she's got the sustain, she's got the entire package.
Yeah, Yuki's.
And
yeah,
I-
Yuki's
I
good
think-
as
and
well.
I've
She has
said before,
CC too out the wazoo.
Yeah, and as I said, I think Yuki is the best character in the game. Like for example, you take Yuki in that area at the top, you do her adept evade ability. I can't remember what it's called. You know Yuki more than me. If you do her evade ability with the bonuses on that evade ability,
Rakurai.
is it Rakurai?
Yeah.
If you do her evade ability, Rakurai, with the bonuses on that ability on the top, that area is the entire zone, and it just destroys everything in the entire zone. I genuinely think the entire reason why range damage is so hard nerfed is because how powerful Yuki is, but they don't want to nerf Yuki.
Not to mention its setup because you can do like freeze a death ball on top of it, or you could just Ryun and heal.
Yeah, like she's so safe, she's so powerful that I genuinely think the entire nerf is only because of Yuki. It might be into a lesser point Emily, but obviously due to the fact that Emily obviously gets like she essentially CCs herself, she slows herself. That I don't necessarily think it's so much Emily and everything's tanking to survive her hits before she kills them. I think it's all Yuki. But anyway, back to the subject at hand.
Yeah, Tokiko. So, Did you want to show more? Because
That's pretty much it though. Like I'll
like
just
I know
be
you're
honest
still
with you.
working her up. We'll do bonus later, but I wanted to get a video out and just show
Yeah,
what you guys are doing with her.
yeah. If you
Uh,
want my overall rating of the character, I think she's a 6 out of 10. She's okay, but she's like, I would say this: if you're gonna go for melee, full melee, like how I do it, then yeah, you may enjoy her. But if you're gonna go full range, I would say it's an easy skip overall.
yeah.
Do you like her?
Oh, well, I'll let Tax speak because I haven't had my say yet. So
Oh, what did you say, Mario?
I said, do you
Just
like
so-
her? Do you find her fun objectively?
She's fun to play. She's like really fun to play. I do like playing her. She does fit my playstyle with fast mobility ones like Koronai and then like Asagi, which that's like almost like yeah, that's perfectly because I would say she is much better than Renko, but like
Everyone.
barely.
Don't bring up Renko because I don't want the freaking Renko film. Renko's good. To this day,
I'm a
I play
Renko
test
main.
Renko, and I cannot come up with a freaking build for that chick that is worthwhile. It doesn't involve having her limited crap.
I'm a Renko main, and I can't defend her. I literally can't. I literally cannot defend her.
All right, so here's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna hop to Arc stream because I'm freaking hungry, and
I'm hungry
it's
too.
it's 8:16 my time. Rip. I'm just gonna literally have to do this and go to bed because I have to be up at freaking 4 in the morning. All right, I left your stream. I'm on Arc stream.
Okay.
Oh, you're cool.
Okay.
Your Tokikos are literally like about the same CP.
So I would first like to go on record to say this girl is not good.
Oh my God, here it goes.
Every single skill of hers I think is almost totally worthless. This is okay except for the backstep. It takes too long and you're very, very vulnerable. This is actually a very good skill, but unfortunately we don't have the blues to actually get the most out of it. This skill could be good, but it hits way too low. It just doesn't do damage. We don't even talk about this skill.
No.
This skill could be good again, but it takes too long to actually activate.
No, I hate that. I hate.
Yeah,
that.
if this didn't take, if you were super armored, this skill needs two things to become a brilliant skill. I think that you need to be in full super armor while you do this skill, or at least if you get hit, it doesn't hit the cooldown, and like just in general, it needs to deal more damage.
You know what I
just doesn't
think?
do enough damage.
I think you should have a detonator option, and I think the radius should be a
That
little
would be
bigger.
another good way.
You
That'd
like
be
drop them, and then
another
when
good one.
stuff runs at you, detonate as it gets
Yeah.
close, instead of having
Yeah.
it having to actually touch it.
Yeah.
That would be dope.
We've talked enough about this. We know already about this. This skill, honestly, it could be good, but again, it doesn't hit that hard.
Like I was saying the other day, like
the cooldown's too good. The cooldown's too long. And it doesn't hit that hard.
I was saying the other day, like that skill, the crit rate on that should have went on the blue skill, and the critical damage on the blue skill should have either went to red or green. It should be nowhere else.
This skill here is just an additional string on top of her ranged attacks that gives you a backstep, which you don't really need. It again is kind of lackluster because the hits kind of low. This is actually a decent skill, but unfortunately you have to have it to level 81 to unlock it, and it's just again it's additional string onto her melee.
The one thing I will say though is I told Mari that I don't think her awakening is that good just because it finishes towards the end of the combo. She has an 11 hit combo.
Okay, I agree, but the thing is you can do that off any skill as well.
Yeah, that is true. You could do it with any skill. If you're doing basic attacks, yeah, it doesn't feel that
So
good.
you wanted to see the outfit for the witch costume.
Go to the best color.
Here you go, Mari.
Yes,
there you go.
That's right. Baby got back.
Yes.
I will say that
right there without the boa is everything.
Yeah, this skin looks really nice without the.
The color doesn't matter. That just without the scarf is everything.
Yeah.
I don't know who told her to wear that scarf, but I would have bitch smacked her if she tried to leave my house with that shit on. Like, bitch, you
Right.
take
So
that
I will
scarf
do
off.
again the same thing that
Oh, you have her
Patch
fully
did.
awakened. Oh, okay.
Yes. I will say this as well before I start. She can get fantastic clear times. I've cleared dailies in less than 30 seconds with her. But please do not misconstrue fast clear times for a good character. If you want a fast clear time with this skill, you put on that green ability that we just said we don't talk about, the one where she just does auto attacks because she does teleport to opponents when she kills them. So you put that onto her and you use that and it'll pretty much clear the entire daily for you in 2 uses of it. So you'll get about a 30-second clear time with that. The problem is as I said, I cannot see anybody doing hard or real content bonus stage wise with this character without banging their head against it until they get the absolute perfect run. So
You don't
I
think that
ask
with
you,
like
please
heavy enchanting that
no,
she'll?
I genuinely think this character is in contention for the worst character in the game. I think she is that bad.
Now tell them how much you love her.
I think if it came to, I'm with Tech on this. If it came to objectively fun characters to play, is she fun? I think she's incredibly fun to play. But is she good? And that's what we're here to talk about. No, not at all.
Yeah, but she's your waifu.
I don't have a waifu,
Nope,
but
she's
she
your
is
waifu. I
adorable.
saw Ultra in chat the other night. Said it's your
I
waifu.
even
You may as well awaken her, and you awakened her.
Yeah,
I
Yeah.
already told you I was going to awaken her before I even started.
Ah, you like her. You like her feet. Oh, Ark says Tokiko doesn't smell. I think he's a
Well,
lie.
she looks hygienic, let's be honest.
Yeah, she looks clean. She's a classy lady.
Oh, I just got knocked out of my thing ability. That's what I mean. That backstep on that stab is really bad.
I hate that about this game. Like, God, I always bitch about it, and like no one I again like no one really comments when I say I'd love to see what people think in the comments, but I genuinely do. That's not just like that fake like input that YouTubers say like I'd love to hear what you say in the comments, and they don't
Yeah.
actually. I actually read my comments. I do want to know what people think when I say stuff like that. Like I genuinely want to know if people feel shafted by the freaking awakening gem. I genuinely want to know if people are like annoyed with this event and how like they're just spamming us with like a pseudo shoot 'em up. And I genuinely want to know if every time you get hit and you touch the dodge button and your character does that stupid dodge back, does it just piss you off? Because it literally makes my blood boil whenever I see it. Like if he just gets hit, like it's gonna happen, and he's gonna hit the dodge button. It just happened, didn't it? I think I saw
It
it.
happened while you were talking, yeah.
It happened a bunch of times. Yeah, it's like in events like this, like because you're trying to dodge to get away, and it's like almost like the dodge back puts you in an infinite juggle state where you
I
dodge
just saw
back.
there, the actual weapon
Yeah.
does have a good range to it, so. The only problem is now I've got to deal with Sakura.
Yeah. Oh, I hate it. Every time I see her, it drives me up a wall.
I'm being CC'd to death.
And also, does anyone think this event is now like balanced
Yes.
around actually being enchanted?
Yes.
Because everything
yes.
here
I'm
seems
gonna
way
die.
tankier than we're used to.
I'm gonna
Yeah,
actually die.
maybe having you guys play the event was a bad idea with this freaking cheap ass Cutman Sakura.
I did fine in the first try. It's just that second one I was like, oh.
Have you brought her here yet?
No, I haven't actually, but I do think that Tak is right in the sense you have to ult that wave just to clear. Because I didn't die to Sakura, I died because I was CC'd the entire time to Ghosties.
Yeah, it's terrible, dude.
Oh my word, that was so funny. But yeah, this character is trash. I will say it right now. She is, as I said, and I think Ultra agrees with me as well because I was speaking with him about it. She's in contention for the worst character in the entire game.
Ultra, the
And
man on a mission, the 100% guy.
Dude,
He has everything.
I genuinely value his opinion quite a lot.
Oh yeah, I value
he
Ultra's
has
opinion.
everything,
Yeah,
and he sits there and will test shit. Like he does what we do essentially. He
Yeah.
will test shit for hours upon end to try and come up with like good things, like new niche builds and stuff like that. So I've got a few builds that I'm theory crafting for her, but the problem is like it's just blue is out off the table because blue's just the supports aren't there. Blue could become really fucking good if we had the actual, the stuff to make blue good. If the supports were there and stuff like that, I think blue could become really, really good. But the problem is we just don't have any of that. Like, look at those shurikens. They hit for like 10k. Like that's not even a basic bitch auto attack that I hit for. It really is just bad.
Technically, that is basically her range auto attack. That's how it is.
Well, yeah, but
Back on the subject of Ultra before you continue.
You just saw me then got. You
Like-
just saw me then got hit for 500 damage because I did the little jab attack. But you saw me then just get hit for a shit ton of damage because I did that attack. It's really bad.
Back on the subject of Ultra, do you ever feel like when we make videos, like I feel like damn Ultra should just be doing this? Because he's like he's the guy. Like I go to like I don't even value my own opinion above Ultra's. He has everything.
I mean, he
Like
probably
it's
just
crazy to
doesn't
have someone like that actually has everything. You know what I mean?
Yeah, like
His
like
account is like done.
like a Giga Chad. Yeah, I even
Yeah.
called him he was the Giga Chad. Of
He's
the
like
farm,
Ultra
but-
Mega Giga Chad of like AT.
I should have ulted
Yeah.
before I did that. I should have used Tokiko before I did that, but hey.
Yeah, you forgot to do that. But yeah,
Like I love that
guess he-
Ultra's in my community. I really do. Like I'd be
I
genuinely
think-
sad if he like left or quit the game.
I think if I had to be honest, I think he probably either doesn't like doing YouTube because he already told me he already has like a good job and everything. So
Oh
I think
yeah,
It's probably just
he's
really
well
busy,
off.
in all fairness.
I
But
imagine it's because he's busy. Yeah.
yeah.
but honestly, like I give this honestly about a 2 out of 10. She's that bad.
2?
Yeah,
What
That's
would you
pretty
give
She-
Obero
low.
out of 10?
about the same. That's why I said
What?
I genuinely think that she's in
Who's
contest
worse?
for one of. At the moment, I would say Obero, but that's because she's stood the test of time of being that bad. And next week, for example, I might come up with a build for Tokyo that makes her insane because I've got a few things in the theory works like red builds and such like that. And I think that these weapons here could be very good because the factor with debuffs and if you put a with debuff supporters and such, I think there is like potential here to be actually really good. The problem is, as I've said, is that it's her animations that kill her. It's just everything is animation lock. Everything she does, she's animation locked. And I would do this in the test area just to show people something. Just to
Oh
show people it.
God.
I will use it in the test area just to show
All right.
how
All
long
right.
this
I'm-
CCs you for.
All right. Time to
No,
get a
no,
bottle of
no! Don't do
water.
that. Actually, take it in because we're testing anyway.
Oh,
You don't have to
oh,
finish the
okay.
map because it'll be a waste of
I'll
AP.
go do a
But yeah,
daily
go
with it.
to
I'll
the
go do a daily with it.
go do it in the freaking event.
Oh,
Screw it. Just show them because they need to see her in content. And this
okay.
event is actually a challenging event, even the hard 5. And they need to see just how bad that skill is. I remember
think
like
this
a
skill does
while
come with a
back,
bit of
like
super armor, but it is like you are gonna get slaughtered with it. I'll even use Tokiko before I use it, so I'll give it a really good chance.
I'm
I remember a
expecting
while
that to
back. I
knock him
think it was
out.
the Kirara and Ingrid launch. I was
Not
actually
pressing any
having
buttons, by the way, guys.
oh
There you
god,
go.
she got knocked
CC'd.
right out of that. But
Yep.
back when Kirara and Ingrid came out, like I actually had a conversation with Ultra about characters in this game, specifically newer characters, because a lot of the older characters are fine or busted. And he even said like he's not sure what they're selling us, because he basically like gotcha games. They naturally
Skill's
power
still
creep
going.
because you're gonna need to want to
There we
get
go.
you're gonna want to get the OP stuff because it's better. So making the new stuff OP makes people want to buy it or pull on it.
Yeah.
But when I talked to Ultra, he's like, I think that he said he thinks they're just selling waifus. Or see, that's
I
pretty
can't
much the
move.
gist of it. Like, because the characters are so abysmally bad, what are we buying except just to have like a hot chick that we want to play?
Like literally, the last character they gave us, which actually was good, was Astroth. That's it. So everything else is just like
Again though,
The
the
skill is
jury's out on
so.
Astroth. The only people that really think that Astroth is good realistically is you and Mari. And
I
I
love
agree
her.
that I agree with people that she is so clunky that it kills her for me. I really don't like Astroth because it's nothing to do with how bad she is or anything like that. I just hate how clunky. I just think she's way too clunky.
And that's what, like,
Now,
obviously I gave you Ultra's opinion, but I do wonder, like, when Grimmery, because I wonder what the devs are thinking, that's what I always say, like, what are they thinking when they make this stuff? I wonder if the devs are sitting there and they're like, we're selling them Tokiko, let's sell them Tokiko, and then it doesn't matter what her kid is
I
like.
should not have done
Or
this.
if they're actually sitting there thinking, oh, this is a good character, we made a good character,
There you go.
that
I
skill is
couldn't
dog
move because
shit.
the skill was going on.
Like, you don't wonder though, like, because you're kind of
No, I
commenting
do.
on
I
what's
do.
happening. Like,
I
I
do sit
wonder,
there
like,
and
do
I
they
think,
think these
what are
characters
they
are good?
thinking?
Because they make changes. Like, they nerfed
Yeah,
her weapon before release. So are they
yeah.
actually like thinking like
Like
they're
the worst thing
making
is
something
they must have sat
competitive?
there. Yeah, they must have sat there, and they must have sat there and just thought, "Hang on, this is way too good. What the heck? Why are we touching this?" But meanwhile, this exists. So they made a conscious effort to nerf this
When
when this
rebellious, that's what I
when
mean.
this is already something that was arguably better with its effect.
And that's what I mean. I
So
wonder, like, if they. I don't think they know their own meta. I legitimately don't think the playtesting goes
they
beyond
need,
like
and this is
Mimi and
a
Sue's. I think like the stuff
they
Mimi and Sue's posts are like legitimately all the playtesting. Like I
They
do.
need to. They need to. This isn't me posting for a job, but if they don't want to offer, I wouldn't say no. They need to actually get players who play the game to test shit. Because if they asked, for example, our opinions on should Tokyo go live the way she is now, no. I'm one of those people that doesn't approve of power creep. I think that every character in a waifu game should be fantastically played. The fact of the
Yeah,
matter
because
is that
everyone
Tokiko
is
is
someone's
yeah,
waifu.
yes. As you've heard me say it many times before, like on fighting games, everyone is someone's favorite. So
Yep.
no character should be bad. And it's one of those things that, with the state that she's in, she's awful. Like there's characters in this game that need totally redoing. I just literally went through every single one of Tokiko's skills, and I named I think 2 that weren't bad. Other than that, they're all just trash.
Honestly, out of
Every single
everything
one.
I've seen, I like the blue skill the most.
Like, yeah, the blue skill's the only one that's good, but blue has no support for it.
I know,
But,
that's the irony.
Like this is dead out of the box. This has no point even existing.
Yeah, no one runs
because
launchers in in-game content.
This skill doesn't need to exist. This skill, you saw me get fucking whacked and CC'd coming out of that. Who knows how many times then? Because the backstep doesn't have a single iframe in it, and it's pathetic. This skill here is quite good, I'll give it that, but the problem is it's blue. This skill here hits for nothing. It literally hits for nothing. You might as well be tickling them.
But the defense debuff is good. I like that skill because it is a
Here's the problem. Here's the problem.
Down.
I would agree if Tokiko had ways to lower defense that were good. She doesn't.
That skill does.
The only is, I think no. This doesn't. This does not lower the enemy's defense.
Yes, it does. Lowers the defense of all enemies for 6 seconds.
No,
read the actual skill.
Extreme dodge. Oh, okay, sorry, my apologies.
Yeah.
Okay, yes, it does lower defense. But the problem is that, okay, how much buy game?
Yeah, who knows how much buy? And the issue here is, again, now I'm going to play devil's advocate, even though I think Kirara's a bad character. We already have Kirara with a global defense down and a slow.
Well, here's the problem. Here's the problem with this, okay? Here's the problem with this again. This is why this skill is instantly, again, really, really shit. That skill hits for 5,000s, okay? So, and that's with the defense down already put into that skill. What the fuck is that defense down? Or what's the actual base damage of that skill? Because one of them is pathetic.
Yeah, I agree.
This skill here,
I think they should have taken the damage away all around. Going back to the dodge real quick, I think they should have taken the damage away all around. Because we have, like, again, Kirara, what is it? Ultimate dodge, and then you get defense down and slow. They could have taken the damage away and gave her, like, a global snare. And with the defense down, and then it would have been better. Just any status effect really with it.
Do you know what else would have been really good? Instead of automatically attacks all targets, activates clairvoyance for 10 seconds.
Oh, because you can get the hyper armor for an extended period, not just 4 seconds.
Yeah, because the point is, clairvoyance is a great stat, but you can get it for a maximum of 4 seconds on any of her abilities. This skill here will get you killed. If you want to get killed, this is your skill to use. Now, this skill here.
Hey, maybe again, some people want the bad ending.
The animations get you killed, and it's fucking shit. This skill here is okay, but the ranged attacks are kind of shit and crap. This here, here's the thing: if you're going to run her range, you're pretty much going to use this, this, and this. That's pretty much your entire build. Congratulations, that's your ranged Tokiko build, and it's pretty lackluster. And this skill here is again pretty lackluster. This is just an additional ranged combo. This is just an additional melee combo. So realistically speaking, you've only got 6 skills here, one of which will get you killed.
Now, okay. Kirara sucks, but I figured it out. Do you see yourself figuring it out? Because you said you're maining her regardless, because you really like her, which is fine. We all like someone. But, like, do you see yourself figuring it out, or does she feel that bad?
She feels that bad. I can only see, honestly, the only way to make her actually be able to do, like, clear content realistically is to brute force it with weapon enhancements. That's how bad I think she is. Because you look at this, okay? If you could do the whole clairvoyance thing, okay, because there's a big elephant in the room that we haven't even brought up yet. Look at her cooldowns.
They're long ridiculous. As fuck. I said that in her initial teaser.
The only ones that aren't are these two, and these are only additional end string attacks, which they're always low. Other than that, they are ridiculous. And, like, let's take it for someone like Sue. Okay, without Sue's super armor, and any Sue main will probably test this, without Sue's super armor, she would be one of the worst characters in the game. But she has super armor that you can effectively keep up indefinitely. If you could do the same with Tokiko, I would be essentially like, okay, yeah, you could do the whole super armor Tokiko thing, but you can't, because clairvoyance is only up for 4 seconds, which clairvoyance, if people don't know, grants super armor. And I think that they're so scared of clairvoyance being a good status that they don't want to give it us for very long. Because if you look, it's pretty much only with blue. I think it is actually only with blue that you even get it, and it's just awful. Yeah, she's got 2 skills that activate clairvoyance, and that's it. And they're both blue.
The only other way to get it is her supporter.
Yeah, is her supporter. Which the worst thing about that, if you're running her supporter, you don't want to run blue Tokiko because her supporters are green.
Her supporter should have been blue. I don't care like if she's green, because like Kirara's supporter's green, but Kirara's blue,
But
right?
as I said,
So they can be different colors.
in her entire kit, I think there's two good abilities. This has potential to be good. I don't think it's actively good as it is. I think it has potential to be good. And this is the only objective good ability that I would say. Other than that, she's utterly, utterly terrible. And as I said, I think she's in contention for the worst character in the game. And that's coming from a level 81 Tokiko. Like, I was saying it yesterday when leveling her. She is awful.
And you have
Everything
a
about her is
gotcha
awful.
weapon
Yet,
on her, so
like you can, however, do this, and I will do it real quick just to show. Oh, not there.
I mean
I
you
will
could
say
though, but you don't enchant. What if you? That's what I mean. If you enchanted her, do you think?
but the problem is everyone's overpowered at that, and by enchanting, you're just doing nothing but brute forcing it. You're just brute forcing the content at that point. Let's be
But it's a
honest.
system in the game.
Yeah, you kind of like my
Like
weapon was enchanted
you
for
can do this with her,
+5.
and she will clear this content very very quickly because she's just teleporting around the place doing this. She's great for dailies, but that's it.
That's what I
I
mean. If
genuinely
you enchanted her, made her buff boy do big damage, big dick waifu, maybe that skill would be hitting for like 100 to 200k
But the
with green
problem is that
build
by
wins.
that method, even with enchanting, Obero can become overpowered. So we've got to rate everyone on an even footing. And that's the issue, is even when enchanted, I'm not going to see a hit for 800,000 like, for example, your Kirara does. Where just, as we said, the
Leave my
reason why you
Kirara
want...
out of this. She's autistic.
No, but the reason why we don't, you're not doing a bonus stage video of the previous event is because you accidentally cleared it with Obero. Not Obero, with Kirara. And I just not going to be doing that. It's as simple as that. Like, you're not going to be accidentally clearing it by hitting a boss for 7 bajillion damage.
Yeah, I get what you're saying, and most people wouldn't just awaken a bad
And
character. Like they would look
yeah,
at
and the
Tokiko and
fact of
go
the matter
awaken
is,
Nui or something.
yeah, and the fact of the matter is that when you talk about how balanced or how good a character is, everything like that has to be talked about on a level playing field. So everything has to be talked about. How good is she with versus Murasaki with the same effort put in. Murasaki shits all over her with the same effort put in.
Yeah.
And
No,
the
I
fact
get what
that,
you're
and
saying.
that's and again like Yukikaze. So when it comes to that, I think that she's genuinely possibly the worst character in the entire game.
But
She's
okay,
fun to
this is what
play.
I'm trying to get at. If it's waifu though, you think enchanting her, she'd be fine.
I think that if you enchant anybody, as I said, they can
Okay,
clear the
that's what
content.
I'm trying to get at. So if someone wanted to get their Tokiko and actually invest in her and not have self-imposed rules like you do, and they actually do enchant her, you think she'd be okay? Or
I think
like,
that she might. The thing is, she's that bad that I can't say yes or no definitely on that regard. I think that if you're going to do that, you're going to run her ranged because you kind of need to, because you need the safety. But honestly,
But range
I
is like
can't.
forever nerfed. Like at least that's how bonus events have been.
Yeah,
So
yeah, yeah.
I wouldn't even suggest someone investing in
But the
range.
thing is, if you were doing that, then you'd have to find some type of build that grants you super armor, whether it be using the Mari support or whether it be doing whatever. She needs super armor. Because as you saw then when I was fighting the ghosts, I was just being batted around like a ping pong ball. They were just playing fucking ping pong with me.
Yeah, and if you
Because
go into bonus, it's
you
just going to
can't
be
do anything.
worse.
Yeah, you can't do anything. That's the fact of the matter is she's one of those characters. Again, she feels like Sue with no super armor, which feels horrible.
That's
If
why
she
I
got the
say
super
like they
armor,
need to really look at their battle system, and like it needs an overhaul. Because this whole
yeah,
getting hit by like a little pellet and having your
it's
whole
not.
shit
Well, the
stop
thing is,
is ridiculous.
it's not bad with some characters, say Asagi, or who can easily avoid everything, or Murasaki who can tank the hits, or Nui that
But
can
no,
tank
we're
the
not
hits.
talking about
But
that.
the
We're
fact of the
talking
matter
about the
is,
game, how the game functions without any thoughts of any character. Yeah, we know, like Shiranui can kill everything before that
yeah,
happens, and Asagi can go jank everything. I get that,
yeah,
but the game fundamentally, how the game works, if you're doing an ability, you're gonna just get hit by literally an enemy's
characters
most basic of basic attacks, and it's gonna
they
cut you
need,
off. But when you are hitting them, you don't get the same courtesy. Like they
yeah,
can just literally punch you with a light while you're doing your big string and cut you off, regardless of
what
what
they
you're
need,
doing.
what they need on every character is a little blue bar next to your character's health, which would indicate your flinch rate essentially, which fills up slowly over time. And if you get hit, it goes down, obviously, then starts filling up again over time, so that you can see your flinch rate, so that you know that you're going to get flinch, you know to be evasive at that time. And so that, because the argument of just don't get hit forehead does not apply to stages like the event currently and stuff like that. You're
And
going to get hit.
that's why I'm talking about it. They need to really look at how their game works because
Yeah,
this event is like it blatantly shows how bad it feels to just get hit
Yep.
by anything and have yourself cut off if you don't have a character with
Yep.
hyper armor.
Like,
And everyone shouldn't be expected to play Morisaki, Asagi, or
nope.
Shiranui. I'm sorry. Or
Yep.
Yuki.
Yep.
You shouldn't
I
be
agree.
expected to play
I
them.
agree. Again, it's
You also
as I've
shouldn't
said
be
to you.
expected to spend close to $1,500 on a
Yes.
character like I did for
Yes.
Kirara.
It's as
They
I've
should
said to you.
work.
It's as I've said to you, and I've said for a long time. In a game that is a waifu game or a fighting game or any type of game like this, every single character needs to be valid. It's why I harker on constantly about Oboro being shit or Rinko being shit. It's because there needs to be a voice telling fucking someone that these characters are in an unacceptable state because they need to be buffed. Because a lot of the Rinko mains think I hate Rinko. No, I love Rinko. I think she's great as a character. But as a character, she's also hot garbage. I want to be able to use Rinko. I want to be able to play these characters because they're fun to play, because they are like that. But the fact of the matter is, there is such a state that why are the Rinko mains, instead of trying to yell me down when I say Rinko is a pile of crap, and regardless of what you do, she's always crap in comparison to another character, why are they yelling me down rather than getting their torch and pitchfork and walking over to Gremory and asking why is their character in that state?
Yeah, Renko definitely needs another buff. I'm tired of Renko mains being like, oh well, I have her limited supporter and Shoshu, and I double wind slice and I clear the world. Yeah, that's
The
nice for you, but
problem,
like 3 people
the
have that crap.
problem,
Like
yeah.
I've literally put green build wins on Renko and it felt terrible because her
The
basics feel
problem is,
terrible to do,
it's
especially in this
again,
event.
it's again exactly that thing that I just said. It's equal effort in, equal effort out. So if you were to put all the money that you put, that Mr. Rinko made out there, you're watching this somewhere because you're already typing away in the comment section talking about how great Rinko is. So listen to this. If you were to put the money that you put on Rinko onto another character, be it Murasaki, Asagi, Sakura, Shiranui, what would the result be? Because it would be a lot better character than the Rinko you're struggling with.
They may not be struggling though, because her limited gear is objectively very good, and it's probably the strongest blue build we
It
have.
yeah,
But
it's her
like,
best in slot
yeah, but
basically because
like that the problem is that it only really works for her.
Yeah, it's
And
exactly like I was like I used to like hark on about Nui all the time because someone needs to be the voice of reason that is going to call the bullshit when a character is bad. Like I'm going to continue playing Tokyo, you know I am, but she is terrible. She should never have been released in this state. She is utterly awful. And as I said, I told you already that I'm gonna probably do like a really comprehensive guide, testing a load of different builds and such like that with her to see if I can find something to work with, and I'm gonna make a video on it. But in
oh,
the current
so
state
hot.
I see her, I cannot see her being good. The only thing that's good about her is what she just showed.
All about the booty.
But as I said, like she is just I said, like, I cannot believe that they released her in this state. Especially, I think the biggest insult was that they actually nerfed her because they thought she might have been overpowered. Clearly, otherwise she would not have been nerfed. So they clearly thought what they were about to
Well, not
release was
her,
too
but her
good.
weapon. Her weapon.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
it's still a nerf to her. You know what I mean? But the
Yeah.
thing is, like, clearly they thought that she might have been too good with this weapon, so they nerfed it. No, the character is so bad
Again,
that
I'm gonna
she
say
need
it. I've
like
said it before, and no one ever acknowledges when I say stuff like this. But what we need, not talking about you guys, but like the viewers, because what for one, we need unity in the community. Like I know a lot of people don't like me or whatever,
yes.
but we
Again,
need some sort of like unified voice because right now everyone's opinions are so varied and scattered
yeah,
that really Grimmery's just laughing while we argue with each other. That's all that's happening. That's
yeah,
one. That's one. And for two, what we
like
need is what Honkai has. When they do their test server, they give it to the players to test. Yeah, they have like big name YouTubers for the game test server, but there's something like 600, maybe even 1,000 players who also apply and come in. General players, not content creators, who get to test the character on the test server. And whenever a new Honkai character comes out, this character goes through like a month stress
yeah,
test, and they actually tell MiHoYo, this is what we like, this is what we don't like, this is what
yep,
needs to be nerfed. And then MiHoYo also fact checks it and looks over the character themselves, and they nerf and they buff as needed. AT needs that because
yep,
if they obviously don't have people in-house who actually play the game and know the meta, or at least have some inkling. You don't even need to be meta fluent to
yeah.
even like know what's
Like
going on in this game. Like anyone who's played a Ninja Gaiden game can pick Tokiko up and think she sucks.
yeah, anyone who's played any type of action combat game, it will pick up Tokiko and say that she sucks, especially when your first introduction to the game are three of the best characters in the game. Sakura, Asagi, and bloody Yukikaze are three of the best characters in the game. I think Ultra. I hate to keep bringing you up, Ultra, but your opinion is actually very valid because you are like me in a way. You speak your mind.
We love you, Ultra.
Like,
no homo.
when you start the game, you effectively are given one of the best characters in the game. So why, if you're only interested in the actual getting something that's good, why would you buy any other character then? As you said, what was it? I think he said, why would you buy any other character than Murasaki and Yukikaze or something like that, wasn't it? And it's like, it's
Yeah.
a true fact.
Like,
It's a
there are
true
some
fact. If you-
days where, like, I'm playing Kirara and I just look at my Asagi, like, thinking I fucked up. Because I could just hand everything Kirara has to Asagi and not think.
Yeah.
Ever.
Like, I know, for example,
I could
going
hand it
forward,
to Nui.
if I'm going to main Tokiko, it's going to be a struggle. But I know at the end of the day, there's going to be times during events where it's going to be week 2, and I think I said it to you. She's the B-52 in the hangar. She's the AC-130 gunship. Where
Yeah, like,
I'm gonna
that's what
say,
Murasaki
"Fuck it,"
is.
and get
That's
yeah,
essentially
and
what
fuck it,
Kirara is for
and
me.
get the Murasaki out the hangar.
Like,
And there's
whenever
gonna-
I
and there's
can't
gonna-
do
and
it,
there's gonna be the Imperial Star Wars march as I'm walking over to a cupboard, and I'm just gonna take an axe out the cupboard and walk over with Darth Vader noises as Murasaki walks away.
but that's the same issue I have with Kirara, and
That's
that's
what
the
it feels
same issue
like.
Tak has with Asagi, where
Yeah.
if there's ever anything we can't do, well, this character can. And
Yeah.
and that's the thing. The only reason I can with Kirara is because I enchanted her. Because you're right. She's a terrible character outside of that.
Yeah, there's always
She's
gonna be
not
that
as bad
thing in
as
the back of our
Tokiko,
head.
but
Every single time we fail with one of those characters that we objectively like, every single time that we fail with them, there's always going to be that in the back of our head of Murasaki would have got that done.
yeah.
And we don't want that. We want to be able to take pride in a character that we like.
Yeah, like I
as
wanted
said
to play
Mari,
Sakura for bonus 3,
Yeah.
and she just can't do it. She literally
Like,
she has a
as I said-
95k CP. She just can't do it.
But like as I said to Mari, like when I came back to the game after my break, Tokiko was one of the characters on my wish list. I really look forward to her. Yes, I'm going to try and play her. Yes, I'm going to try and get the most out of her and try and find something that works. But the fact of the matter is, she's awful. She should have never been released in this state. And honestly, I think it's time that Gremry stopped releasing these dog shit characters. Because let's be honest, the last characters pretty much released for the last year have all been dog shit. There's like maybe been one good character this entire year that's been released. And that was it. Since the start of this year, almost every character they have released has been a really terrible character. And you can go back and check all that because I'm pretty sure I'm right.
Yeah, like
no
Ingrid and
character that I
Kirara
would
came
say
out
is
and they
good.
were a bust. Freaking
Like the first character was what's her name? Asuka. She was kind of bad. Let's be honest, she's kind of bad. Then you've got let's have a look. So then you've got Kirara and Ingrid. Both of those are bad characters. You've got Astaroth, which you two like her, but most of the community is in agreement that she's far too clunky to actually be liked. Then you've got Noah, and now you've got Tokiko. All of them are objectively bad characters.
I just love how Tokiko's eyes are big and goofy like Sakura's, but for some reason it's cute on her. It's so cute
Don't
on
get me
her.
wrong.
I love her
Don't
big
get me
eyes.
wrong, she's adorable. But it's time that they actually start asking the community to playtest shit for them, possibly.
That's what I'm trying
they
to say.
clearly
Like,
need our help.
what do you think? What would you say for a solution? Because I think the way Honkai does it is the
right,
best.
first of
Because the
all-
players have a voice. They get
Yeah.
the character they want.
Or they could also just do it in the sense of like League of Legends do, where they release the character into the wild, wait for feedback, and then do like week 2 nerfs and buffs and stuff like that. Which is again, it's not the most optimal way, but it's a way that people can feel that their character's going to at least become in a better state. Because, for example, the first thing I would do to her outright, this speed buff here needs to actually just be on her permanently. This 20% speed buff, give her that as a baseline. That needs to happen to her because it helps fix how bad her animation locking is. So that's how I baseline there. And then all these skills that I just labeled out that are terrible need reworking from the ground up because these effects are shit. And the fact of the matter is, the skills in general are shit because they CC you for too long. She also possibly needs something that would allow her to actually be able to evade out of skills. Like, I'm sorry, if you're in the middle of doing this shit, I don't care. You need to be able to avoid out of something this long.
That applies to more characters than just Tokiko.
Yeah,
There's
yeah,
a lot of
that
skills
applies
that
to
like
everybody.
lock you in place. Where
There's
like
so many skills.
I've
Yeah,
never
if it
played an
locks you-
action game where you can't
Like-
block cancel or dodge cancel. So there's no block in
case in
AT.
point,
Why
I think
can't
the
you
first
dodge
character-
cancel?
Like the first character who really shoveled home how bad it is this one here. Because every one of her skills, as we've all said,
She Vogue
strikes
poses.
a pose. Yeah,
She
she
a
strikes a
Vogue,
pose
yeah.
with this fucking Vogue beforehand. Watch, like it's
Fashion is a
really fucking bad.
lifestyle, baby.
Where is it? Like, where is it? Is it
No, that's
Immersive Seal?
her.
No,
That's
it's
her.
Wicked Strike, isn't it? Yeah. Here it is. Look at that. What? Like, and then you've got Carnage Dance something. Like, oh, is it the other one? I don't want. Is it this one? Yeah. What are you doing? Why are you striking a pose? Like, it's so bad. And it really shows on characters that do that because you've got characters who have very short and sweet animations, such as Murasaki, who short, sweet, gets the skill out done. Asagi, short, sweet, Rinko even, short, sweet, skill done most of the time. But the fact of the matter is, when you've got characters like this who CC themselves to the extent that they can just actually die in their CC animation, you can't do anything about it but watch. Even to the extent of, let's say that ability then that I used against Sakura, there is no way for me to safely use that ability anywhere in this game, except on trash mobs. And no skill in this game should be a trash mob skill, I'm sorry. And I mean trash mob in the sense of doing daily content, bad level, easy level monsters. There's no skill in the game that should be only exclusively for them. Even zero systems for Emily isn't that bad.
And what do you say, Tak? What solution would you bring to the table about with the bad? Because we've been getting so many bad characters.
For what I will do if I was Grimry, I would probably. Here's what I would do. I would probably get the YouTubers like you, like get anyone who's basically making content for the video, and I would do a basically I would give you a private beta basically so you could experiment with the character, and then you basically give me like, okay, we're about to release this character in about a month. I want you to give me feedback from the character. So here, like, you basically have this whole month to like basically give them feedback. So when the time comes to her releasing her, with any of the characters, they basically feel like they're supposed to be like. You can basically say, yeah, these $45 you're about to spend for these characters are worth it now because they're like
Yeah.
people have tested them, and then because of that, it doesn't feel like it's like because it's going to be you like the content creators doing this. It gets them more because the thing is, if you get like you and other people that have been playing this game for almost hundreds of hours already, and then probably like me and
I'm
Arm.
in the thousands now, baby. I broke 1,000 hours.
I think I'm near there, to be honest.
Yeah, I'm at 1,000.
Yeah, like yeah, when you get to that, when you get that small population and giving you feedback, and in the feedback they're giving you is like, you kind of need to buff her. Her weapon is fine, or like her skill, the skill feels very clunky, you may have to give her a completely new one. It's just like that type of feedback, giving them to the devs basically tells them they want the character, because let's be real, they're trying to make money, and yes, this is like, but if you want to sell a product to the player base and to people that don't spend money and they want to buy certain characters because they look good and they like, actually, yeah, I'm willing to spend the money for it. I would think if they would do that, I would think they should contact the people who basically make contact, and then let them get an access key to the beta, like what fucking that Mimi bitch is basically saying, like exactly like.
Whoa, you can't say that. Oh, it's too late. We try to be
But the
nice to
thing,
Mimi.
but I don't give a shit about her. But either way, it's just like, give it to players who actually play the freaking game. Like for
Yeah.
like,
Yeah, that's my issue with, like, I get the vibe that, like, Mimi, at least Mimi, I don't know about Suze, but I know Mimi doesn't play AT. It's blatantly obvious.
no,
But,
it's her
like,
job is just to like either translate or to like just like, because like she's like, oh, she's basically the presenter basically. She's just the presenter
yeah,
basically of the
she's like
product.
she's
That's
like our
all.
community manager. That's what I look
Yeah.
at her.
Yeah. I've got nothing against her. I've got nothing
Yeah,
against
I
her
have
in that
nothing
regard.
against her
But
either, but like
it's
I
clear
would
that
just
it's clear
like,
that she doesn't like really spend time playing the game.
and again, this
Like
isn't to toot my own horn and be like, oh, hire me or make me the guy, but it's like anyone who plays the game. Like, I could care less if it was Taimanin Amazing. I could care less if it was Bello D. I'd value their opinion more than Mimi. I trust them to give us a freaking character that doesn't suck. I trust them to give opinions and say, hey, like, because I know they play the game. You get what I'm saying? Like, I
Yeah, I mean,
trust
heck,
anyone
I
who
mean,
plays the game to give opinions.
I mean, heck, if you won't say it, I will. I'll say it simply. Hey, Grammar, you have my email address. Employ me. I'll balance your fucking game. There you go. I'll say it.
Yeah, like they need some guy or girl or multiple guys or girls to go to their to go into a server and just just give them like
Yeah.
this is
Well,
what
they
Honkai
need
does. It
balance.
gives you an account, a stock account with every single thing in the game on it, unlocked. So you can play
Yes.
test it and actually say, oh, this is how this works. This is what this character can do in this situation. And then all they have to do is just give you like access to like I don't know the not even
They
like
can even
a new bonus
they can
stage,
even
but
go
just
one
like the
step
latest
further.
one and let you
They
just
can
play
even go one
test.
step. They can even go one step further as well. Is that when they give you access to that, they can say like one of the games I used to help out before for, they can literally say things like, "This is what we're planning with this character. Let us know how it feels running her in this style because we want her to be used as a hit and run character that does this and this and this." And they can say, "This is what we're feeling for her. Let us know how you feel about it," and such like that. And that's like, okay, so we've got an idea of how they want us to play her. Let's try her like that. And then we sit there and go, oh, but she sucks like that, but she works better like this. And we can give back and forth feedback to it, and they can say, oh, we don't want her like that, but we'd rather have it like this. How we don't want her as an all in. We want her as a hit and run. How could you suggest we fix her to make her more of a hit and run? And then we sit there, for example, let's say if it was in Tokyo's case, take away the animation lock, make her more fluid, make all of her abilities feel really hit and run.
Put
And then you have a
iframes
hit and
on
run
that
character,
jump
for example.
back
Yeah,
because that's
yeah,
classic hit
stuff
and
like that.
run.
Yeah,
Like
yeah,
skills like
yeah,
that usually have lots
yeah.
of iframes,
Yeah, yeah, it's
especially
stuff
on
like
a
that.
long ass cooldown.
Now, I'm not saying they're going for that on Tokiko, but I'm
I
saying,
know
like,
it
for
was just an
example,
example.
if
I get
yeah,
you.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah, but that it's that type of thing. We need communications with people who play the game to an amount that normal people don't. And I'm not tooting my own horn, but it's the type of thing like people like me, people like you, as you said, Taimanin and Amazing, and people like that in general need to actually be contacted in this extent because I'm sorry, when you've released literally an entire year of bad characters, where I would say some like it was like the other day with that UR ticket where you got, or not you, the character ticket, and someone asked, "Should I get Rinko? Is she any good?" I'm not going to tell someone Rinko is good when she's in the state that she is. She's not. And the fact of the matter is, if they're going to ask my opinion, I'm not going to lie and say, "Oh yes, take her because you like her, she's your waifu," or something like that. I'm going to speak objectively to that person and tell them, is that character good? Just like as I said about Tokiko. If is she good? No. Would I recommend you buy her? No. If she was $10 and there was only a package out there that I've always wanted where it's just the character, would I still recommend you buy her? No. She's that bad.
Yeah, it's getting a little long-winded, but I think the main
Yeah.
takeaway here is that the game it needs like something needs to give at this point. Like they need more community interaction, and they've always been really secretive. Like they even content
Yeah.
ID'd me for putting out leaks, but it's
I
like all they'd have to do is make us sign an NDA,
I
and
would say
then
this
they
is
could sue
I'm
us
more than
if we
happy to
tell
sign one of
people what's
those.
in the
Yeah.
beta.
I'm also more than I will also say this as well. To all those people saying no sustain Tokyo is bad. Tokiko's level of badness goes far beyond that of needing sustain.
Yeah,
Even if she had sustain, she would still not be helped.
I agree with that
Her
because
level
like
of
it's
how
the
bad
same
she
thing with
is
Obro.
goes
Like
just
Obro's a bad
way, way,
character,
way beyond.
and not having sustain isn't the reason Obro's bad.
Yeah. The thing that makes Tokyo bad is her entire package.
All right.
And I'll leave it at that because I will
Yeah.
give her. So I think I've said before. I'll give her around about a 2 out of 10, maybe 2 out of 5 out of 10. What would you say, Tak? I think you said a 4 or 6, didn't you? Something like that.
I gave it if so. Here's how I'd say. If the whole character, I give it a 6. She's okay. If you're gonna play her melee, if you're gonna play her range, you pretty much just skip her. You don't buy her.
Yeah, it's not
Yeah.
worth it.
I will
It's not,
say this, however. Oh, sorry to cut you off, Tak. Go ahead.
because here's the thing. I would say her melee probably has the most potential out of her whole playstyle. But again, it's like I can like do. If you want her for melee, sure, go ahead, pick her up. But if you want her for range, no, I recommend you just haul ass, like step that, like press that fucking gas pedal and just like go to the hill. You don't even want to get that.
Yeah, don't go near her. Like,
Yeah. For me, it's a definite save your gems. However, I will say, animation team, as always, you blew it out the park. Good job. They're good at her animations. The wild animation locking are nice to look at. They're pretty animations, and model team, the guys that did the modeling, the guys that did the textures. Again, this is the type of thing that gets me annoyed whenever I see Shiranui's. You've shown to us that you can make nice looking models, nice looking characters. Like looking at Tokyo, her model is brilliant and such like that.
yeah, Tokiko's very
Can we
pretty.
please see more characters of realistic proportions, realistic like this? And as I said, I genuinely
Hey
her
man, you take that back. Mommy's milkers are everything. We love
graphically, I'm
mommy.
sorry, I rate her about a 9 out of 10 for what the game is, and I rate her about a 9 out of 10. I think she's probably the best looking character in the entire game graphically. And animations that even like she's got little
Ark's
quirks and
waifu.
animations that make her really
Cough. Ark
cute.
has a
But
waifu.
here's no, but if you, even to the extent of should you pick her up if she was 1,000 gems? No, save your gems. She's that bad. I would honestly say, unless they fix this character, don't go near this character with a 10-foot yard pole.
I think that's where we ended. Me personally, I haven't played her. From what I've seen, I agree with you guys. She's lackluster to the point that I had to literally like talk about my whole private server Honkai thing yet again.
Yeah.
Where I feel like we just at this point like it just needs to be left in the players' hands. Like obviously the devs are the ones who craft the game, and I appreciate them
Yep.
making the game, and I don't want anyone to like feel bad or feel discouraged about what they put out. Like they do good work, or I wouldn't play the game at all. I would think the game is shit and not play
Yeah.
it. I don't
It's
think
one
the
of those
game
things
is
that-
shit. I just think the game needs a little more, like,
It's-
player knowledge
it's that-
involved into making
It's
characters.
that thing that I keep saying when people keep telling me I'm too horrible, too negative about things. No, the blunt, harsh reality of it is we're critical because we care. And for anyone who thinks I'm being critical because I'm a dick, honestly, I'm not. I'm being critical about things like this because I don't want to see people waste their money on this. And two, I want them to fix this character. I want them to make this character on par with other characters, and I want to be able to say that character is amazing. I want to be able to recommend things. I want to be able to say yes, get this. I want to be able to say yes, she's as good as Yuki Kaze, she's as good as Murasaki.
And it's
But
not even just that.
I'm
It's not even
critical.
just as good as. It's not even like,
Yeah.
oh, she's as good as this person or that person.
Yeah.
It's just the fact that there are a lot of AT players who go, oh, I liked Obro, I'm going to play. Finally, AT has Obro, and then they quit because she's dog shit. Like, it would just
Yeah.
help with player retention.
Yeah.
A lot more people would play if their waifu didn't suck.
Yeah, it's one of those things where, as I said, like I'm critical because I genuinely care, and I can see I can see where this game could go if they listened.
Oh, yeah, the game
they
still
put
has
it
all
in
the
their
potential it had day one.
Yes, yes. I can truly see this game flying high, soaring high. I can see this game, if they put the effort in, knocking Honkai off and becoming the next type of Honkai game, which is the game that everyone talks about when they talk about an action type of game for your phone. I can see them do this game striving to such great extents. But the problem is they need to start listening, and they need to realize that when we say this character is dog shit, we're coming at it from, yes, I understand as a developer it makes them feel bad. But
Yeah, I'm sure they
we-
can't stand me over there, but we're just
Yeah.
being honest. Like,
we're being honest, and they should take that honesty and go, right, well, let's watch this video. They're not insulting. Well, we're not insulting you personally. Don't get me wrong. We're not saying that you guys don't know anything you're doing. You're not saying anything like that. We are saying we want to help you guys. We want you guys to release the best characters that you possibly could do. And the animation team's doing great. The model team's doing great. The guys who texture the stuff's doing great. The only team that just doesn't seem to know, or not so much to know what they're doing, but are too scared to release good characters, are the guys who balances things, because the last year of characters has been terrible, and it's not just a case of they don't have sustain. Look, like everything on Tokiko is just terrible. Everything on her kit is awful.
all right,
But
Tack, you have the static.
yeah, that's surprised.
Oh.
That's like,
Yeah,
I
that
heard
happens
of
from time to time.
Yeah, but
Is this
but as I
It's
said,
really bad. I'm gonna end the video anyway. So, I appreciate you guys. Like, I know it was a long-winded video. We said a lot of stuff that needed to be said. I'm sure like the one guy and his dog and albino fox will enjoy it, but outside of them, I don't know who else will watch. And this is why I always say, like, leave comments. I really want people.
Yeah.
Oh, Tack, it's bad. Just mute, please.
Yeah.
Mute. Thank you.
we would genuinely, right, when Mari says it, we genuinely do read the comments in these videos. We read a lot of the comments. We reply to a lot of them, as anyone who's made comments would actually has looked. So definitely please do comment on what you feel. We don't just want comments of, oh, you guys are idiots, blah 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 blah. No, like, be constructive. If you think that we're wrong about something, don't sit there and call us an idiot. Sit there and tell us why you think we're wrong, and we'll give you a rebuttal of why we think what we're saying is right, or we'll concede the point. It's happened before. I've done it many times where I've said, you know what, yeah, you're right, this is a thing that you could do. But the fact of the matter is that, but please let us know what you think about her and such. If you've got her, if you haven't, or if you watched, and let us know what you think. Because honestly, Gremory, we really would like to see these characters come out, and just I want to be able to recommend anybody and just say to people, get who you want to get. I would know, and I don't want to say get Murasaki because she can clear contact. I don't want to say that. I want to say get whoever you want because
Yeah.
they're all good.
That would be nice, but at that point, it's a pipe dream. At this point, it's a pipe dream.
Yeah,
But
I
yeah.
want to see all the characters that we've seen, that we've given bad raps and all that stuff, have the Nui treatment of just overnight we wake up and what the heck, they're one of the best characters in the game.
Oh, that would be nice.
I would love to see that. And there you
would
go,
too.
everyone. I said it, by the way. Shiranui is one of the best characters in the game. I don't like her model, but she's one of the best characters in the game.
You love her greasy ass. And with that, we're
Oh,
gonna end
my
the video. Our Ark loves Shiranui. He sniffs her feet.
Ah!
They don't smell that bad. All
They
right.
do. She's
Thanks
been
for
walking in my
watching.
training facility for a year.
Oh god, those soggy Nui steppers. All right. That's it. Thank you again, guys. I appreciate it. Like, thanks for showing off your Tokikos. Tack, I know you're like in static hell, but when you do get her like more geared, I'd like to see her on the bonus stage if you can get her built up before the event ends. And we'll show that to people and see how she does. But with the way it's looking, like I'm not hopeful that she'll do well without heavy enchanting.
Yeah.
But time will tell. Either way, that's been the Tokiko discussion and a whole lot of other stuff. It's been long-winded, and thanks for watching. And I'm going to go to bed because I have to literally go to bed for work, and I'm going to get no sleep because I stopped to make this video. But it's all good. I love you guys, and you have a good night, and enjoy the video. I hope you enjoyed the video, rather. Bye-bye.
Goodbye.
Tack says bye. I'm Tack. Bye.